And welcome to this episode of Sports by Compy and Pick'em Week 2. The boys are in the house, joined here by, of course, by my co-host, Dan Gill. How are you, Dan?
Better than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow. You're not wrong. We also have friend of Aaron Rodgers, has his personal number, has called him and encouraged him many times. He's been on the phone with Rodgers all day. Taylor Seitz, how you doing, buddy?
I have not called or reached out to Rodgers today. I think this is a lot of fake news, but he's done for the season. He's not coming back, which means we, the Packers, are not getting a first-round draft pick next year, which sucks. But you know what? At the end of the day, I hate to see good players get hurt.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him play all day. It's kind of funny if you didn't see. There's a bar in Milwaukee. They offered anytime the Aaron Rodgers started a game, they were going to, if Aaron Rodgers, the Jets, lost in a game that Rodgers had won, they were going to pay everybody's tabs. So last night, and it was all over camera, very disappointed actually, Rodgers gets hurt right away. And everybody in the bar starts screaming, they're pumped up, they're hyped for it. So they all start racking up their bar tabs. What happened? Jets came back and won in overtime. And all of those people who got cocky and started racking up the bar tabs had to pay their tabs. So big W for the bar. Big L for Packers fans who are kind of being shitty about the whole Rodgers injury. You want the best people. Football's the most fun when the best players are playing. So sucks for the Jets.
Love it. Interesting introduction there. But you are doing well then, Taylor. And we also have, of course, friend of the show, Incognito Man, Cedric himself. Cedric, how are you today, sir?
How can I be incognito when you tell my name? But yeah, I'm doing great, man. Team took an L, but fantasy league, I'm a number one stunner. But fucking Josh Allen blew my fucking parlay. I swear.
What a jerk!
He fucking sucks. He had it too. He just wanted to flip it and be a good quarterback for once.
Did you reach out to him for a refund yet?
Nah, dude. DraftKings actually is supposed to give a refund for the Aaron Rodgers bets. I still lost.
I did not. So. I lost 3.
Damn. Ouch. Well, hopping over
a fake Twitter post for that, but
hopping over to you actually, Taylor. We got you leading our Pick'em league right now. Taylor's at the front with me and Evan tied for second. Mr. Anderson is yet to make his appearance on the Pick'em and tell us about how great he is. Dan and Cedric are tied over here in fourth and third place. Zach bringing up the rear, and good old Corey and Omeza have yet to make their picks. They're saving them for this week so they can let everyone have a head start, I believe. Really kind of them. Anyway.
We're about to see some of the greatest comebacks right now.
Oh, yeah. They're both going to start going 17-0 every single week. Anyway, Taylor is leading this pack. Taylor, what do you have to say about this? How do you know these things? How are you so intelligent in the football ways? And did you teach Cedric? Did you teach Cedric everything he knows?
I'd like you to say so, but no, I can't take that. But what I will say is, honestly, I probably won by a game. You know what I mean? There were a lot of wins this weekend that were kind of shockers. I mean, no offense, everybody on the chat right now. We all, as much in my gut, I really wanted to root because, Dan Campbell is biting kneecaps out over there in Detroit.
Yeah.
Really wanted to pick Detroit to do that upset, and they got that heart in the team to do it. If you're a smart man and you're a betting man, you're not betting against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are still a good team. Even though Tony screwed their entire game, they would have won had he not shit the bed. Cedric will probably come on to that later. But otherwise, I got lucky, man. Had some good picks. I went with my gut. Got lucky on one. I'm surprised. I probably beat everybody by the amount of the final game score.
We have it here right here. You're 1 on me and Evan, and you're 2 on Cedric and Dan, and you got 3 on Zach right now, and 10 on Corey and Omeza.
Hey, man, if you don't play, you don't win, so that's how it goes.
Anyway, Cedric and Dan, you guys are fighting it out down there behind me and Mr. Anderson. What's the deal, boys? 8-8, huh? It's a week one. It's hard to know what the heck's going on out there, huh?
I mean, there was a couple that could have gone either way. There was a couple toss-ups that I had.
Yeah.
That came back to bite me. I mean, funny enough, I pretty much made a case for why you should have picked the Browns last week, and I didn't fucking pick the Browns on myself.
You know what's funny? Sorry, real quick, Dan. You know what's funny is that the only reason me and Evan probably pulled forward is I picked the Bucks and he picked the Lions. I think that's the only two big upset picks. Other than that, we pretty much have the same picks as you and Cedric.
Yeah, but either way, here we are. It's still, like you said, it's early in the season. A lot to go. We're good.
A lot of time still left on the clock. Let's hop right into this. We'll start off with you, Cedric. Who do you got for this Philadelphia-Minnesota game?
Let's see. Obviously Philadelphia. I mean,
yeah.
They've got the offense. They've got the solid defense. The Vikings have some weapons, but I don't think they can stop this D-line. So it's easy bet right there. Easy $10 bet.
Agreed. That should be a nice, easy one. Do either of you two Packers fans have Atlanta upsetting you guys?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't either.
And that's not being a homer. Our defense looks really good. Say what you will about our offense this year. I think our defense will keep us in a game as long as our offense can get it together when they need to. I'm not too worried about it.
I will say, as long as Aaron Jones is healthy. A.J. Dillon kind of disappointed me last week. He was kind of non-existent. But if Aaron Jones, hamstring feeling strong, Christian Watson comes back, it should be a nice little goal for the Packers. But we need everyone to be healthy. Because, yes,
Absolutely.
Our offensive line, David Bakhtiari was ranked the number one offensive tackle after this last weekend. And our offensive line was great. But our
By who? The Packers? Packers.com?
What? Bakhtiari was crying, bro.
You want to insult
the turf fields, bro. Give her the turf fields.
As opposed to our center, Josh Myers. Josh Myers was rated 37 out of 40.
Wow.
There's definitely a gap in that team, and there's only so many starting teams. That's why it's kind of comical. But no, David Bakhtiari, after not practicing for 2 weeks, was the highest ranked left tackle in the NFL last week.
Fair enough. Cedric, did you pick the Packers?
I did. I don't think the Falcons have a quarterback. I mean, obviously,
they definitely don't trust Ritter right now.
As a fantasy team owner, having both Kyle Pitts and Drake London, it's very disappointing, honestly. But having the Dallas D doesn't hurt too much either.
True.
But yeah, no, Packers look solid. I mean, the Bears were just disappointing. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. The fans are terrible too. They're booing the first fucking game. Come on. Yeah, I'll give it to the Pack.
Fair enough. We got Buffalo and the Raiders next. Did anyone here pick the Raiders? Fair enough. Let's just go ahead and assume that Josh Allen's going to get his life together and go ahead and lead the Bills to a win. They do look a little shaky usually.
This could be a good upset. I mean,
it could.
I would place a bet on this one just because Jimmy G and Devontae over Tre'Davious. I don't know. They don't the Bills don't have the best running back group, and James Cook.
I was going to say Cook did not look bad.
Dude, I think Josh Allen throwing the ball is just a problem. Fucking 3 picks to the same safety. It's ridiculous.
But that
man got paid off of those 3 picks too. He got $250,000.
Damn.
Here's the thing, though. I think the Jets' defense is far better than the Raiders. So he's not playing at the same quality this week.
If they bring Chandler Jones back, man, to win, no problem.
Well, either way, I think we're going to go ahead and pick the Bills for this one for now. I'm going Cincinnati here, man. I was just not impressed with what I saw out of Baltimore. Obviously, Cincinnati probably looked worse. But, I don't know. Joe Burrow, I feel like, is going to get it together here. Whereas, I don't know. Is Lamar going to be a real quarterback in this league?
I sure hope so, fantasy speaking.
Man, I don't see Joe Burrow having 2 bad games in a row. The Ravens suffered a really tough loss in Dobbins. So, that's kind of a hard one to swallow. But these games, you could split. It's just whether or not you guess the split right with these two teams. So that's kind of where you are.
I think both teams just need to catch their footing. The Ravens had injuries to Dobbins. Mark Andrews is still out. Isaiah Likely didn't expect to get the start. And then, Zay Flowers is great.
Yep.
He's there.
Yeah.
They're building their chemistry there, but also for the Bengals too. The Chiefs kind of finessed the Bengals. Orlando Brown Jr. is a fucking trash tackle. But I think Burrow's still a little hurt, and he probably played a little earlier than he should. So I'm glad they pulled him when he did. But I think they can come back strong, and both teams are probably going to I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Fair enough. I'm actually taking. Go ahead.
I feel like they might end up being one of the best divisions of football this year. How the Browns are playing. I think you're going to see Baltimore and Cincy are going to bounce back. And also, don't sleep on Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett, he has those tiny hands, but he's got a great offense surrounding him and a decent defense as well.
Bro, fuck that. I'm sleeping on Pickett. I picked him, bro. Do you watch that game? That was terrible.
It was not great, but it's the first weekend of football. You got to keep in mind, during the noon games, there was only a game over 15 points at halftime. There was no tutties scored. It was boring football, all defense.
Hey.
Week 1.
Don't you dare call defense boring football. All right?
I never called defense boring football.
That's boring.
You got
defense is cool. Anyway, guys, Detroit Lions are going to go ahead and win this game, don't you think?
Oh, hell yeah.
They should.
I'm Dan Campbell. As a Packers fan, I'm Dan Campbell back. Let's go.
What the fuck were the Seahawks doing, though? They did not even play Rashad Penny. He was a clean scratch last week.
Yeah. Well, look, it's the first time that the Lions have sold out their season tickets at Ford Field. That place is going to be electric for their home opener. Also, did you guys happen to catch the clip of the Seahawks-Rams game last week? They picked up Geno Smith on a hot mic screaming for his life running from Aaron Donald when he came.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I would say the exact same thing if I saw Aaron Donald unblocked running at me.
100%. But I think, coming off a big win, I don't think it's going to be one of those trap games like people talk about. I think they're just, big win, big home opener. The atmosphere is going to be great there, and I think they're going to feed off. That defense is going to roll.
Checks out. Yeah, I do think Detroit takes this game. And maybe they're going to get Gibbons more involved. He looked good in a couple carries that he did have.
Gibbs.
All right, yeah, Gibbs. I think the Chargers go ahead and get their lives together here against the Titans as well. They just kind of seem like they were dealing with the Tyreek Hill that they just could not cover. So I think
they still played really well.
Yeah. So not having Tyreek Hill tear them down the middle of their offense, they'll probably be okay. You guys, anyone have the Titans on this one or no?
No, absolutely not.
All right, let's move on with our life then. Obviously,
DeAndre Hopkins is going to just regret that entire. We already told him, but that's where receivers go to die, much like Chicago. Speaking of that,
speaking of Chicago coming to die,
I think we'll have a top 5 draft pick next year.
No, bold predictions here. But anyway, moving on to a game that actually matters. So the Buccaneers are hosting the Chicago Bears. Your boy will be there in person to support the Buccaneers.
Go!
So I think
Bears are definitely winning.
No way we can lose this with me and how to support them.
Justin Fields is definitely.
Our defense looked next level last week. If Devin White and Lamonte David play like that again, we're going to be just fine. Antoine Winfield was all over the field, causing fumbles. It's going to be a good day for the defense because Justin Fields looks like trash. We just need to figure out some things on offense. We need to be able to run the ball. Baker Mayfield, hopefully a couple more completions. But, I think we got this.
White and Evans are both going for 2 touchdowns. Let's go. Run
Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Anyone have the Bears on this one?
I do.
You're a loser.
Baker Mayfield is getting sacked, injured, and Kyle Trask is coming on.
Who's also a stud.
What?
Yeah, you
All
heard
right,
it.
whatever.
You heard it.
That's
You heard it.
enough said. Enough said about your.
You heard it here first.
That's right. Anyway, don't mind this hater, guys. Let's move on. Oh, look at this. I picked Jacksonville for this game. That's pretty ballsy of me. But I'm here for it.
I could see Jacksonville. Honestly, I mean, when it comes to football, I'm an equal guy. Like I like to weigh the options, pros and cons. Chiefs definitely don't have their fucking rhythm yet, but the Jaguars definitely do. So I could see Lawrence and Etienne pulling one out. But on the other side, the Chiefs are getting the heart and soul of their defense back in Chris Jones, so they might come together and just fucking wallop these bitches. So I went with the Chiefs naturally.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs on this one too. I think it's rare to. Also, let's be honest. See Mahomes lose back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think they're gonna, like he was saying, they're gonna get some pieces back. As much as I really want Jacksonville to win the division again, for them, I think it could be a hell of a game, like we saw last year. But I think Kansas City's gonna squeak this out.
You're actually really convincing me, Dan. I might switch my pick. How about Colts? Colts
I pick
against
KC. I pick KC.
You pick KC as well? All right. Did anyone pick the Texans?
Mahomes isn't gonna lose twice in a row like that.
Texans is the next pick, Steven.
That's what I'm saying. So I was saying if anyone's picked the Texans.
Oh, I picked the Texans.
You picked the Texans? I think that's fair. I think CJ Stroud didn't look terrible.
No, I mean Indianapolis looks solid. Anthony Richardson he cannot last in this league by playing the way he did. I mean, he already got hurt the first week, basically.
What they said about Lamar.
Okay. It's a different situation. He has no other weapons. They know he's going quarterback draw. Third and short. I know, but the Texans, DeMeco Ryans, he's a defensive-minded coach. They're gonna throw some blitzes at him. It's gonna throw him for a move. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Texans,
did they say anything about his status yet?
No, he hasn't been moved to questionable or anything. But I mean, if you watch the game,
is that that's where I'm kind of back and forth. I think Indy had a better day on Sunday than Houston did. I get their matchups, but I mean, Jacksonville beat Baltimore last year, so I don't think it was a bad test for them by any means. I think if Jefferson's playing, I kind of feel they have more of their offense together than Houston did.
Dude, also, whoever is that running back for the Colts needs to get his life together. I don't think I've ever seen a stat line at 13 carries for 14 yards.
I think he's hurt, bro. I mean, Deion Jackson, you mean?
Player star.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yes.
Dude, he still had 13 carries for 14 yards.
Their second string running back is now the practice squad guy.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah, I've never heard of these kids, but they'll be a good pickup on waivers for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, I think the 49ers are going to roll over. I don't know if they'll roll over, but I think they got this game against the Rams. Even though the Rams came out firing in that first game, San Francisco just looked absolutely dominant in their first game. So I think it's going to be a tough game here for the Rams.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't think any of us saw Purdy coming back like that after the injury.
The only thing I could see. Sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
I'm going to drop Stafford for Purdy in one of my fantasy leagues, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if he's available, he's solid. But
just for this week, I'm bouncing quarterback.
If Aaron Donald can get to Purdy, I feel like he would break Purdy. So I don't know. That's the only thing that's the only way I could see San Francisco losing this game.
That's a good point. Anyway, anyone else want to say anything about this game?
Nah, it's gonna be a trash game.
Yeah, I don't think
it looks like last week Matt Stafford used his picture book pretty well.
Yeah,
met his teammates.
Giants go ahead and get their life together, I think, against the Arizona Cardinals, who have no answers to anything in life. So yeah, I think the Giants figure it out.
I'm surprised the Cardinals put points on the board, honestly.
Oh my god, dude, that was intense.
Yeah.
I think
I picked the Giants, but truthfully, the Cardinals looked a lot better last week.
Dobbs doesn't look bad, honestly. I'm surprised how well he did for just being thrown in there.
All right, Dallas Cowboys. I think go ahead and take this game against the Jets. Frisky Jets game. I am so surprised they won that against Buffalo, but I mean Dallas looked pretty dominant. Dallas is going to do typical early season Dallas stuff where they win tons of games. We'll see if they can actually do anything when it comes to playoff time, but I think they got this early one.
Give me another 30 points.
That'd be nice. I mean Zach Wilson held it together pretty well, but we'll see how he can handle another game now.
I went Cowboys. As much as I hate to say it, JT. Like I want Garrett Wilson to go off, but Cowboys smoke. Their defense is too good. They're actually Also, there's a very poor performance.
Taylor, you can admit it, bro. You want to support your guy McCarthy. You don't really think that.
No, I don't like McCarthy. All the respect towards Mike McCarthy and what he did in Green Bay has nothing to do with him. The defense is stellar. The offense, I feel like all the pieces there. I just don't know if Dak's truly that guy. I would not be surprised this week if you see them a lot closer to a win than they did this last week.
Fair enough.
I mean, the same thing. The Jets are making a lot of mistakes, though, that normally the Bills would not let you get away. And I don't like if Dallas even plays with like a fraction of what they did last week. I don't see it ending well for the Jets.
Agreed. Well, I think we got Dallas for this one. This one should be a little controversial. I went with Commanders on this. I just don't know about Russell Wilson. Like he looked okay, not great. And I think the Commanders kind of are a little bit more upside right now.
Yeah,
I pick Commanders myself. I think both are very similar teams right now, so I can see this one truthfully going either way.
Yeah.
But I thought Sam Howell looked pretty good, but this is definitely a toss-up.
For sure.
Commanders. This is too good.
Yeah. So do you go Commanders too?
Yeah, I went with Commanders just because of the defense. I think they're solid, and then Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson, they should be able to get something going. But the Broncos did. I mean, did they lose Jerry Jeudy, or is he just out for this week? I didn't watch.
He's hurt. Also, they lost the starting tight end Dulcich. He's gone. He's out for a few weeks too, and he was Russell Wilson's favorite target. So,
yeah, there are no fucking good tight ends in this league.
Slim pickings on the passing game for Russell Wilson going in.
No tight ends in this league, man. Pivoting to fantasy for a second, there are just no good tight ends.
Yeah, check it out. Guys, anyone have anything different on these last two games? I think they're both going to kind of be blowouts. Maybe not blowout. No. All right, so the Sunday night game probably won't be a blowout. Monday night looks a little rough for those Panthers, that's for sure.
I think the Dolphins-Patriots game is going to be a lot closer than people expect, though.
Yeah.
Despite this being a pick 90-10. Because truthfully, I didn't expect the Eagles to win by only 5 last week. I was kind of like,
for sure.
I won't say unimpressed. I wasn't unimpressed, but I definitely expected that to be a little bit of a wider gap. So kudos, Bill Belichick doing Bill Belichick things and making his pieces work for him.
Yeah.
But that being said, I still got the Dolphins winning, but I think it'll be a game.
For sure.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like the Eagles just have something against water. They complained about a slippery field for the Super Bowl. It was raining like hell in New England for that game. I don't know what their deal is.
Soft.
But, yeah.
I'll say it. Soft.
Studded cleats or something. Yeah.
How about New Orleans, guys? Do you think they're going to go ahead and roll over those Panthers?
They should.
I know as much as I know those aren't your favorite team right there.
Hey, that's a terrible organization.
They're going to wreck the Carolina, ain't it?
No, Carolina looks
Mike Evans.
They're rebuilding over there. What about Mike Evans? Could we just leave him alone in one of our conversations?
You're talking about bad organizations, and look within.
Mike Evans would actually be really good with the Chiefs.
Hey, all right, let's just wrap this podcast up, all right? You guys are ridiculous. Does anyone have any final thoughts about this week 2 NFL season? As we
No, you have to
Well,
scroll
dude,
down. You
gotta
forgot
do
one.
you gotta do the Browns Steelers, bro. The best game of the week.
Oh, word!
It's a
I forgot Monday.
doubleheader.
Wow!
It's a doubleheader Monday night.
Well, I picked Cleveland
Oh,
for
yeah.
this one.
I'm definitely
I picked
watching
Cleveland
the
myself.
Cleveland game.
Cleveland. It's Nick Chubb time.
Cleveland for sure. Even though I need Pickens to get at least 2 tutties. But
Frank, you might be
He's got
sweating after
tiny
this
hands.
week.
bro,
Did Frankie
got those
pick
tiny
this?
hands, bro.
Hey, did Frankie
He can only
pick this game or what? Do you remember, Dan?
Frankie picked splits for all the divisional games, so he had him going 3-3 in the division.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll find out. I'm probably gonna change that Chiefs pick because it's true. Mahomes isn't gonna lose twice in a row. But other than that, guys, those are our picks.
No confidence.
Yeah, I could just roll with it because fuck it. Does anyone have any final thoughts, impressions, dreams, or aspirations they'd like to share with the public?
Yes. Corey Compion, please fill out your sheet this week. We would greatly appreciate it.
It's funny that you think he watches this show.
Here,
I'll put it in the group chat, okay?
There you go. That'll help.
Steven, come make calls in the city and grab breakfast with me.
That does sound fun. We will try and strongly consider it. All right, listen, boys and girls and people all around the world. Sports by Compion. Out!